Hello. First, let me say congratulations on your courageous decision to stop smoking. It takes courage to change, and I applaud you for your decision. Now that you've completed listening to the first session, I want to teach you another technique that I would say 95% of the time has never failed to reduce or eliminate an urge or craving for a cigarette in my office. Some of my clients use this all the time, and they say it helps them so much in their quest to become a non-smoker for life. So this technique is called Emotional Freedom Technique, or EFT for short. Emotional Freedom Technique is based on Chinese acupuncture. Chinese acupuncture has been on the planet for something like 5,000 years, so obviously there's something to it. The theory behind Chinese acupuncture is we have these energy flows. They're called meridians. The main meridian runs down the center of the body with other meridians crisscrossing the body. And what the acupuncturist is trying to do by putting needles maybe in the wrist or maybe in the ankle is to unblock one or more of these energy meridians. Our energy is meant to flow through us, just like water flowing through a canyon. And what can block our energy flow and make us sick or make us have addictions or cause us to have addictions can be emotions. Our emotions are meant to flow through us like that water. So about 30 years ago, a man in the United States named Gary Craig developed this technique called Emotional Freedom Technique, or EFT for short. And it was so effective that he said, you know what, this needs to be free information for anybody who wants to learn it. So feel free to share this video with your friends, with your family, with anyone who wants to clear themselves of some sort of negative emotion or addiction, and to make themselves, to help themselves feel better and feel healthier. So when talking about emotions, we need to be more like little children. Little children know how to experience an emotion. Little children know how to express an emotion and release an emotion very naturally. Little Janie runs up to you. She's on the playground and she goes, "Sally pulled my hair," and she's so furiously angry. And then a minute later, she goes, "I don't think Sally likes me," and she's super sad. And 5 minutes later, she's playing, she's happy, she's fine. So she's experienced anger, sadness, happiness, all within the short space of time. And then as we get older, we get socialized. Men in our society tend to get socialized that it's not manly to cry. Big boys don't cry. You got to be tough, strong. Even women too. A lot of us are socialized not to express anger. It's not nice to express anger to people. We have to be nice. Of course, we can't go around hurting people, but we don't have a way to let that anger out. We're not taught to maybe punch a punching bag or go for a walk or listen to some wonderful music. You know, whatever helps us to release that anger is super important. So again, this emotional freedom technique is a great way to help yourself with the emotions that are behind a lot of our addictions and cravings. So what you're going to do is you're going to tap on these various acupressure points, and you're going to say out loud this affirmation. The words are very powerful, and they help to release the emotion. So you're going to start by tapping on, you're going to use the index finger and middle finger of whatever your dominant hand is. For me, it's my right hand. And I'm going to start by tapping on what I call the karate chop point, or this sort of the side of your non-dominant hand. You're going to normally tap about 5 to 7 times, and then you're going to say this affirmation out loud. That's what helps release the emotion. So we're going to go around the body for resisting of change. Most of us resist change to some degree or another. We really like our coffee the same way every day. We drive the same way to work. We sit in the same pew at church. We're all creatures of habit. And so that's part of the human experience, is to want things to be the same. So we're working on some releasing of that desire for things to be the same for you, right? Because you are becoming a non-smoker. So here's the karate chop point. Repeat after me. Change is a part of life, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself just the way I am. Now go right between the eyes. You know how when people are stressed, they kind of tend to rub their forehead? They may or may not have a headache. What they're unconsciously trying to do is release a lot of that stress or tension right out of the main meridian. In an instant, all can change. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. Now on the side of your dominant eye, for me it's my right eye. Normally it's the same eye as your dominant hand, the eye you might sight a telescope out of. I'm happy for change, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. Now underneath that dominant eye, so the top of the cheekbone, change is a part of every life, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. Now underneath your nose and above the upper lip, sometimes change really stinks, but I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. And now on the cleft of the chin, change is everywhere, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. Now I used to tell my clients to find the top of the sternum. That's where the bones in the chest come together. But the truth is you have a whole bunch of acupressure points all over the chest. So this time I want you to take the whole palm of the hand and I want you to beat on the chest. So Tarzan had it right to get confidence beat on the chest. I have confidence in change, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. Now lift up your left arm, your non-dominant arm, kind of go right underneath the armpit there. Change is inevitable, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. Great. Now back to the two fingers. And you know how babies can have a little soft spot up there on the top of the head? We're going to go around in a little circle around that pretend soft spot. And repeat, I am relaxing and releasing. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. Now go back to the karate chop point. This is an anchor point. You know how an anchor will lock that boat into the boat slip where you want it to stay? Now ideally, you're going to go around the body 3-4 times, tapping down the urge or the craving. But at this point, I'm just showing you the technique. So let's say I am locking in love of change. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself, just the way I am. Now drop your hands down to your lap, close your eyes, take a big breath with your belly, breathe in and exhale. And that is emotional freedom technique.